Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3553. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Montgomery. And you are in the Men's Room. On tap today is a 25 from 50 inspired Bad Choice Friday. The return of Ted versus the FCC. Plus headlines, the Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorites, TV time with Ted. Clack. All right, here we go. Man on horse taunts line of people waiting for gas in London, saying he runs on carrots. Florida woman is still in jail for throwing hot grits on her boyfriend's face, because that is what that merits. Man posts big on Facebook, but forgets about the large bag of meth in the shot. Woman finds 4.5 carat diamond, but unfortunately she'd already tied the knot. And a Michigan woman calls in a fake shooting during a traffic stop, so they wouldn't arrest her boyfriend who was in the car. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, it starts when you're young. Maybe you sit on a whoopee cushion, or a classmate pulls your chair from under you before you can sit down, or maybe you discover that handful of Skittles you just popped into your mouth was actually a handful of spray-painted rocks. We're talking, of course, about pranks. They start early in life, and they only seem to escalate from there. You know, the upper-deckers, Sharpie penises to the forehead, glitter bombs, and on it goes. And if you're a millionaire, the pranks get worse, or better, depending on your point of view. Case in point, Nick Cannon recently had an image of his face plastered onto the private Learjet of comedian Kevin Hart. Now, the prank, of course, was in retaliation for Kevin having posted Nick's phone number to a billboard, which was in retaliation for Nick sending Kevin a llama for his birthday. You know how these things work. Once you start a prank, now it becomes like a tennis match. It just bounces back and forth. But today we're talking about pranks because sometimes they make you laugh. Sometimes they make you cry. Sometimes they scare the crap out of you, and sometimes they make you swear vengeance. So today, this is what we want to know. Who got punked by a really good prank?
Be a part of the big show. Call 206-421-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
All the shows and away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3553. What a large and in charge program we have for you today on this Positive Friday. Guaranteed future repeat. This is almost too much show. It really is. I don't know how we're going to get to all this stuff today.
I don't know, man. Once again, we prepared 9 hours of show to cram into 4 hours.
So you can't hear it. Today on the program, the exciting return of Ted versus the FCC. We will drink, we will toast into the weekend with a shot of the day. There's Bad Choice Friday time.
You know it's Bad Choice Friday. It's Bad Choice Friday. You know it's Bad Choice Friday. Hey, man, this is your fault.
Jam on.
And today we're going to 25 from 50 inspire Bad Choice Friday. Steve, you are not going to believe what Ryan Castle is featuring Saturday and Sunday at noon right here in The Rock in celebration of 50 years of KISW. What do you think will be featured this weekend on 25 from 50?
You know I don't listen to him. I have no idea.
The top 25 bass players of all time. Indeed. 50 years.
It's about damn time.
You have to think you're going to hear a little from Geddy Lee. You're going to hear a little John Entwistle for sure. John Paul Jones. Hell, maybe Paul McCartney. If you consider Wings at that era.
You'll probably hear from Flea. You'll most certainly hear from Les Claypool.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I mean, you know, the good Justin Chancellor.
Chris Novoselic.
Right.
You're going to hear
Gene Simmons.
Gene Simmons. Maybe Gene.
Now, understand the thing about Gene Simmons. He can actually play a mean bass guitar. He simply chooses not to. No, honestly, you listen to like the first 3 albums, he has a very Paul McCartney-esque kind of bass line. Mm-hmm. Then everything turned to dum 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 dum. So he can play, he just doesn't want to. Mike.
Jeff Ament from Pearl Jam will probably be featured on there, you know. Ben Shepherd from Soundgarden. We'll see what comes up with 25 from 50. But what we won't hear over the weekend.
I said Flea.
Oh, my bad.
I was like, usually I'm pretty good with your charades. Ted's like scratching his chest, which is actually very good for Flea. That makes sense.
You have fleas? I've had fleas when I went to Steve's house.
Goddamn right.
They love me. But these 2 great songs with 2 great bass lines will probably not be featured in 25 from 50. So we're going to feature them on a Bad Choice Friday, including D-Light. Like you said, you didn't know if you knew this song initially. Do you know it now?
Nope.
Really?
I think this was before your time.
It was before your time.
Everything that we play here is before my time, man.
That's the point, sorry. D-Light taking on the Bee Gees.
Yes.
Before your time.
Bee Gees, yeah.
Another one before my time, but I know this one.
So your excuse is invalid.
I like that little ding-a-ding. I might be able to play that. That'd be the only way I can play guitar. Just go ding-a-ding.
That was a beauty of disco. You play guitar?
What do I do again?
Yeah.
D-Light taking on the Bee Gees on a Bad Choice Friday.
You know, Mike, I know it's before your time. I will say this. I remember being a kid. This was huge when I was a kid, and I'd heard the name Bee Gees, but I had not seen them. And I'm in the car with my mom. One of these songs off of Saturday Night Fever pops on, and I'm like, I really like this lady's voice.
Oh, no.
Seriously, I mean, my mom's like, she goes, hey, man, it's three guys. I swear to God, I thought she was lying to me. Until we got back to the house.
Three white men from Australia.
Yeah, she opened the album cover. I'm like, those guys are singing that. My mind was blown.
That is a lot of chest hair.
Not gonna lie, and no disrespect to Taryn Daly, but when I first started listening to rock music, I thought the same thing about Rush.
Geddy Lee, hey man,
he'll be featured 25 from 50. That's fact. Here's how you vote.
We should do a sit and spin dudes with chick voices.
I thought Melissa Etheridge sang the Extreme song.
I wasn't so sure. I wasn't so sure that the Weeknd. First time I heard that song.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. Here's how you vote on Bad Choice Friday. Just follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. We've got the poll already up there, so we're either going to hear D-Like Groove is in the Heart or Bee Gees, You Should Be Dancing. Here we go. That's our Bad Choice Friday. Oh, wait. I told you there's too much show.
Hold on.
This is insane.
Fuller 20.
I got to keep it all together here.
Oh, you're sitting down. It's a full.
We do have Tool tickets. This is the last day we have them. What they instructed us to do was give you a different time every day. And at that time, we'll set that appointment and give you the secret word. You go to KISW.com. You put the secret word in there, and you have a chance to win tickets to see Tool at the Tacoma Doma as that show's coming around in January. So what we determined today, the secret time unveiling of the word will be at... You're not going to believe this one.
Hang on.
What is it?
420. Ooh! 420. We figured, hey, you know what? We know our listeners. We know our audience. We know that would be a time that you could remember.
That is a good time, man. That's thinking.
Yeah. So coming up at 420 there, my broski, we will give you the secret word, and you will have a chance to win tickets to see Tool at Tacoma Dome. What else do we have for you today? Men's Room Happy Hour. We're going to do our NFL picks. Also, we're going to play a little audio from last night's Happy Hour that got crapped out somehow. We don't know exactly how that happened, but we had so much demand. People are going, what happened?
We don't know.
We don't know either.
We have no idea. We're not technical people.
Yeah. Okay. Now our question today, who got pranked by a really good prank? By the way, if you don't have the Happy Hour Odyssey app, you can download that now for free. And from there, just search for the Men's Room, and you will see the Men's Room Happy Hour. Click on that Monday through Friday at 6 o'clock. We go off of these airwaves. More Men's Room exclusively on the Odyssey app. So we don't play by the same rules as we do here on the air at KISW. Get a little bit more freedom. We can say all the dirty words we want, and we will warn you about that if you have children in your car. Probably not the right time to tune us in, but more Men's Room coming up, and that Odyssey app is absolutely free. So download that now. Hopefully the damn thing will work today.
By the way, Ted, you're not alone. You thought Melissa Etheridge sang More Than Words from Extreme. Somebody here says, I always thought Tracy Chapman was a dude up until a month ago.
And that's after seeing the video.
Right. Again. Right.
Yeah, I mean, I was in my early 20s. It was right. I was still in Baltimore, and I was like, you guys like Melissa Etheridge this much? Yeah. And my buddies just start dying laughing.
Oh,
like,
God.
This is...
You forget how good, by the way, Tracy Chapman is. I have a couple of her albums, man, and they are top to bottom absolutely brilliant.
I've never
lyrically, musically, she's sad that she doesn't make music anymore. But anyway, all right, let's see here.
I did not see that one coming today.
No, I really.
Miles Montgomery, massive.
Oh man, yeah, you got that right. She's got tons of great tunes, man.
That's the only song I know from her.
Fast Car.
Okay, I know 2 songs from her.
You know more than that.
I know 2.
No, you don't. You know more than that.
I don't
Tracy
know
Chapman.
more Tracy Chapman songs.
Yes,
man.
you do. Absolutely. Yes, you do. I guarantee you $1. Oh, by the way, we will be betting again for $1 on the picks. Talking about a revolution.
All right, I know 3 songs from Tracy Chapman.
Okay.
He's going to keep
Fast
going.
Car. Maybe that's all you know. Anyway, on to the question today: Who got punked? Who got punked by a really good prank? We start with this story. You're not going to believe this one, Mike. First, Nick Cannon and Kevin Hart. They're doing a little prank war between each other. Right. So first, Nick sent Kevin what for his birthday? Just take any guess. What do you think he sent him to start this whole?
I don't know the abbreviation.
Yeah,
Llamas.
A llama. All right. So Nick,
you weren't here, Ted. So llama in this particular article is in all capital letters.
Look how that's written.
Yeah.
So
Miles thought it was like an acronym. He's like, what's LLAMA? Mike's like, llama?
Doesn't it look a little weird?
You're
all
right.
Capitalized.
Right, it is all caps.
Okay, so it's like, what is, because I thought it was like ladies love, ladies love a man's ass.
There you go.
Doesn't look a little weird.
We have a massive Tracy Chapman library, by the way.
Do we really?
All that you have is, I don't think it finishes that title there. Crossroads, Smoke and Ashes, Give Me One Reason, New Beginning, Heaven's Here on Earth, America.
Have we played
Change.
on this station?
Well, no, it's just in our bank.
This is like Odyssey. There's tons of stations. I think they just pull from the same line.
Telling stories, wedding songs, Sing for You.
I'm going to guess that's a little soundy.
So, first Nick Cannon sent Kevin Hart a llama for his birthday. So Kevin then retaliated by putting Nick Cannon's actual phone number on a huge billboard down in Los Angeles that said, for any advice on fatherhood, call my best friend Nick Cannon. I don't know if you...
That's a great one.
That is a great one, because Nick has got a few children, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
He's got to have like 7 or 8 now.
I know, it's a bit in a flurry. I mean,
but he doesn't make any bones about it. He's like, I'm trying to have as many kids as I can.
He's Cromartied this thing. I mean, he has come on strong here in the last...
But I don't know that Cromartie was trying that.
Right.
No,
like, Nick Cannon is out there like, I want to make as many little cannons
You
as
do
there is.
realize that he got a vasectomy.
Yeah.
And then 6 months later, his wife was pregnant with twins.
Cromartie, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
he's trying not to have children.
I mean,
Nick Cannon is actively like, I'm trying to populate the world more with my kids.
Yeah.
So Nick seriously upped the ante, though, by finding Kevin's private Learjet and putting a giant image of his face on it. He basically did a wrap around his entire plane. It also just happened to be an ad for Nick's new talk show, Nick Cannon. And it included the phrase, Kevin rides the cannon. Kevin actually appeared as the first guest on Nick's show, where he admitted defeat. For now, he said, quote, "It feels like I've lost. That's how it feels, Nick. Feels like you had one in the hole and you saved it. This is genius." Here's some of that audio.
I am Nick Cannon, and I'm here with my best friend of me, Kevin Hart. He's my brother. I love him. He's a little upset right now. He was on his way to a business meeting from the West Coast. And I got him by wrapping my face all over his private Learjet, y'all. But he still agreed to sit down with me. You're my first guest, Kevin.
Well, I didn't agree to do this, Nick.
Yes, you did.
I have to do it.
No.
So let's get that perfectly clear, okay?
Well, you got to go. You gave my cell phone number to everybody around the world. All right. So now you're my first guest on my talk show. How does it feel to ride the cannon?
That's just terrific, Nick. Ride the cannon. Well,
Ride it.
You know what? I tell you how it feels. It feels like I've lost. That's how it feels, Nick. It feels like you had one in the hole and you saved it. You made me forget all about the little prank wars that we were doing.
Facts.
And you saved the good one for last.
Yep.
Not only did you get my flight information so that you could go and obviously wrap my plane and put the wording of Kevin's riding the cannon, which is just brilliant. You've also somehow managed to manipulate me into being your first guest. Your first guest. Now, I'm actually doing an interview for you. All of this is a part of your prank. It's genius.
Evil genius. How you gonna get me back?
Oh, you got a good one coming, buddy.
Now, you got to think. You've seen the Alaska Airlines planes, where they've taken the entire outside of it and turned it into the college team's logo.
Right.
All those different things. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's what Nick Cannon did.
Right.
To his jet. I mean, Kevin Hart's jet looks like a rolling advertisement. It looks like a Seattle bus that's been completely wrapped with whatever they're advertising on it. That's how his private Learjet looked.
And again, that's your private
exactly. Jet. With Nick Cannon splashed all over the front of it with an ad for his new TV show. That is pretty good stuff. Then we have the story that was probably about a month ago. All right. Now, this took place at a meeting in Henrico County. And I believe it was a school board meeting, if I'm not mistaken. But as you can see, it took a little time, but the man who was calling out names, who were, ideally the names were submitted because people wanted to speak at this school board meeting.
Right.
So they're calling out the names at this point because it's these people's turn to come up there. What the guy didn't realize was the names that were submitted weren't actually real people.
Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas. We do appreciate you. Phil McCracken, Sook Mahidic, Ophelia McHawk, Eileen Dover, Don Don Kiddick. Wayne Kerr. Wayne Kerr.
Jeez. This was in Virginia at a school board meeting. Phil McCracken, Eileen Dover, Wayne Kerr, all included on there.
Wayne Kerr.
Don Kiddick.
Yeah,
Apparently they ditched the meeting to grab a drink with alcoholic.
Oh, God.
Alcoholic, yes. And then we have, oh boy. An Asiana flight prank went viral from KTVU TV, and they had to make an apology, as it was somewhat amusing but baffling to Bay Area TV viewers.
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Ding Ao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on Saturday.
Our question: who got punked by a really good prank? 206-421-ROCK.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW. Yeah! You're in the men's room.
Our question on this Positive Friday: who got punked by a really good prank? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Jason. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Hello.
guys.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing great, Jason. Thank you, man.
Positive.
Jason, you doing okay, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. Our question: who got punked by a really good prank? Do you have a story for us?
Yeah, so about 20 years ago, I worked for a company down in Southern California, and it was a pretty big company that had cubicles, kind of like you see on Office Space, the movie.
Yeah.
And so there was a group of us that are really good friends, and for everybody's birthday, we'd always prank their desk. We'd always do something to their desk of some kind. And our 3 best ones were, we wrapped one of the cubicles in cellophane, and we put a fog machine in it, so it was a cube of fog.
I would dig that.
Work.
Okay.
Next one is we cut the legs off of one of their desks, and we lowered it to about 6 inches off the ground and put some Asian pillows down that he had to sit down all day and work.
All right.
And the last one was we had an access door kind of by our area, and we moved his entire desk outside and had it all hooked up with his phone and computer, so he had to work outside all day.
Okay,
let me ask you this about Asian pillow guys. You lower his desk. At the end of the day, how did he say his experience was?
He said it was fine. I hate to be stereotypical, but he was Asian.
Ah, okay. So he's probably like, yeah, cool. All right. I like that
so
one.
So he didn't mind it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
None of those are too bad. I think I would prefer the fog machine. Like, I would be happy to walk in and see that my desk was cellophane with fog. I'd be like, that's pretty cool.
Well, that was my idea today. I went down to the Bartell to get some things, and it was taking forever. I'm in line, and there's only one person at the register.
Was it done?
6 people deep. And then, so I'm standing there, and they get all the stuff when you're walking through, and I look over, and Ted, you always tell the tale. I don't know why it was, but it was like every Christmas or your birthday, your mom would get
every holiday
would get you a Pez dispenser.
Easter, Christmas, July 4th. Birthday, like you name it.
It was just,
Valentine's Day, I'd get a Pez dispenser.
She mailed them to you too, right?
Yeah.
When you moved out here. Okay, so lo and behold,
right, it's only stopped like the last 3 years. I'd be like, stop sending them.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not that it stopped. You forbade her from doing it.
Yeah.
And I look over there, and there is a whole row of Pez dispensers, and then I see a Star Wars Pez dispenser, which I know you are a huge Star Wars fan. So I figured, I figured if I could get you anything to Bartell, it's going to be a Star Wars Lando Calrissian Pez dispenser.
It's quite Pez.
You are welcome.
I did. Yeah, I showed up. I just looked at the throw. I go, "Is this for you? Did you call your penis Lando Calrissian?"
That is correct. I do.
And he's like, "No." And then he explained it to me, and I was like, "Oh, all right,
it's all yours."
That makes more sense.
Right.
I'll tell you what. We could eat the Pez though.
Oh, I love Pez. Pez candies are great. They're very underrated. They're very underrated.
They're not underrated. They are what they are. They're not bad. They're just, it's like a Tic Tac, you know?
Yeah, it's a unique flavor.
Ooh, orange Tic Tacs are pretty good, though.
I didn't say an orange Tic Tac. I said Tic Tac. Orange Tic Tacs are a different category.
Our question, who got punked by a really good prank? 206-421-ROCK.
I like when Tic Tacs came out with like that bigger thing. Like the bigger container.
Oh, yeah, the bigger container, sure.
And it was like, now, you know, like, because the orange ones you just eat there. And it's like, oh, I got this giant container. This will last like an hour later, longer.
That's all it is, dude. Yeah. Tic Tac's too easy to eat. Hello, Sam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bichola.
Hola.
So, back in the mid-'90s, I was over at a buddy's house, and we were emptying shotgun shells out, taking the BBs out of them so we could make blanks.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought, gee, this would be great to scare somebody with. So I went into the middle bedroom in this guy's trailer, and he called one of my buddies up and told him I was all distraught and was going to hurt myself. And so my buddy came over, and he's like, hey, come back here. He's in the back bedroom. So he goes walking past the door, and as he walks past, I step out, and I said, Dave. And he turned around, and I fired that blank, and he effed himself.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah, he actually used the bathroom in his pants.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, you got him.
Well, now what is his reaction when he realizes he has not been shot?
He tried to charge me, but my buddy grabbed him and was holding back. And so then, of course, we're all, hey, man, it's a joke. I'm sorry. It's a joke. We're just playing around. And, of course, he stormed off and left the house. He knew he couldn't beat me up in a fight anyway, but his adrenaline was going. So
and he pooped himself. That's not what it was. He's mad because he pooped his pants.
He's not going to hang around with Dookie in his pants. Did he ever try to get you back?
No, not that I was aware of.
See, I would have been.
I looked at my drinks before he handed them to me.
That is smart thinking. Definitely,
I
dude.
would definitely have something up my sleeve at some point once I figured out what that was going to be.
See, I don't know.
I would be patient and let it come to me, and then I'd figure it out, and then I would put my plan in action.
But I don't know if I'd want to scare someone that bad.
No, I wouldn't do that. That's what I'm saying. If someone did that to me, I got to figure out a way to get them back.
How do you top that?
I don't know, but I pooped my pants. So he might walk into his trailer and there's a bear in there. I'm gonna trap a bear. You know what I mean? Like I'm going full on this one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Just because he made you poop your pants.
Yes.
I'm
gonna put a bear in his trailer. You know what I mean? There's gonna be something where it's just like, okay, this is, you know what I mean? Like,
so here's the thing that I learned from that story, however. Now, most scientists will tell you that in the event of your unexpected demise, it is a human condition that we defecate ourselves after we die. It might be that we poop right around the time we think we're going to die, and by the time they get to you, you've already done it, right?
That could be.
I mean, because this dude, and I get it. I completely get it. This dude crapped himself. He did not die. He did not get shot.
It's also an icebreaker a little bit. You know what I mean?
Was I pooping your pants?
Well, no, not that way. But like,
you on a first date?
Okay, like, you know, you put
icebreaker to who?
You know, you put your animal down. It's a very sad experience.
Well, sure.
It sucks, right? You know what I mean? But I remember I had Dr. Gomez on my lap. You know what I mean?
Dr. Gomez.
And they put the doctor down. And I'm like, oh, this sucks. And he crapped all over me. I'm like, Gomez, Jesus, man.
Did he poop on you?
Oh, yeah, all over me. I'm like, I had to go home and change pants before I came into work. Like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Like, his final salvo was just farted and pooped all over me.
Does that end the grief? You know what I mean?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's an icebreaker. And then I went and bought Chick-fil-A with crap all over my pants.
My dog didn't do that when I had to put her down.
My cat did. I was like, golly, like one more.
Well, that's
like,
your cat, though.
Well,
I mean,
the final message to you.
To me. Here you go. You like those jeans?
Trust me, at Pet Solution Farms, we all wear, full medical.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah. It's like we're cooking meth.
Thanks, Gomez. Who got punked by a really good prank? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Travis. Welcome to the men's room.
Hello?
Hola.
How's it going, guys?
Doing great, Travis.
So, a couple of years ago, when I was in high school, me and my buddy went over to the 76 station before this party, before we met up with our friends, and we got milk of magnesia, and we started drugging him through the entire day, just to mess with him. And it wasn't working for a couple hours, so then we thought that it was just like a dud bottle. We ended up giving him the entire bottle of milk of magnesia.
How are you sneaking it?
And then we were we were putting it in his drinks. He was kind of clueless about it. We ended up giving him a glass of milk at one point, and he had no idea. It was just half milk of magnesia.
I would not trust anyone if I did not ask for a glass of milk.
Here,
right?
drink this.
And you walk up to me and be like, here's a glass of milk.
He was like, man, yeah, I'm thirsty.
Friday night, milk night.
And you hand me a beer, I get it. You hand me a milk, I'm like, I'm not drinking
Now, what
this.
is milk amount? I'm not sure. Does that back you up or does it make you poop?
It's milk laxative. It's
All right.
pretty much just like laxative.
All right.
And we actually even put it into his water, and it was a milky color, and he didn't even notice. And then by the time we were at this party that we were throwing that night, we were at a fire out in the backyard. He gets up, and he has a blank stare on his face, and he defecated all into the fire. He pulled his pants down, pooped in the fire.
He pooped in the fire? Why did he choose the
Everyone was
fire?
there.
Was he messed up?
He couldn't make it any farther. It ended up just all hitting him at once, and he just instantly had to crash. Like, right away.
Okay. Now, same question.
I've never pooped in a fire.
Did he ever try to get you back for that?
Yeah, he was... The next day, he called us and told us that he had to go to the doctor and get surgery, and that he couldn't afford it, so we were going to have to pay for it. He never went to the doctor.
Okay. All right. So, but
He
you
got
didn't
scared that day.
You didn't give him any money, though, right?
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Let me just ask you a quick question, because I've never had this experience, but when someone poops into a fire...
No, it's not real.
Okay, I was wondering if cooking poop is as bad as I imagined it to be.
It was not. The party ended, needless to say, after that.
Yeah, that throws a damper on things.
Well, at the point where he pulled down his pants and he shot poop out of his butt into the fire, that's when everyone laughed.
Right. Yeah. I've heard of people doing that. I've heard of people doing that with eye drops, but I've never heard just going.
Don't do it with the eye drops, dude. It's a lot more potent. Right. It can be deadly as well. But I mean, we did the laxative thing a few times. I've gotten stuck with the laxatives. Our buddy Tony, we'd hit him with laxatives to the point he would not eat anything we made him, even if it's on the up and up. But we pranked him all the time. We pranked him all the time because he was the grumpiest. He was grumpier than me, believe it or not. So whoever's the grumpiest, that's who you want to prank.
Yep.
Because his reaction was always, he's going to sue us. He's going to beat our ass. He's going to do never follow through on anything. So we just kept pranking.
Yeah.
I think the pranks, too, it just matters where you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're at home, there's certain pranks you could do that to, but, like, I don't know. The dude that, like, if I was outdoor or we were on, like, a 2-day trip and then I had to spend, like, half the day in the hotel room pooping, I'd be like, I think we've crossed the line.
Right.
What's that? We're not out to ruin your time. I just want to scare you. I'm not out to embarrass you. It's more I just want to scare you, freak you out, or make you worry about something that's patently untrue.
Right. Well, dude, this guy,
If I knew the end result would be that you had ripped down your pants and projectile poop into a fire in front of people, I would do that.
Mm-hmm. Well, this dude who I knew, who I grew up with, played sports with, he was the guy that mom would scream, "Put Timmy in the game!"
Oh, God, her, right?
Yeah, then scream at the refs and everybody else. So at this point in time, probably 22 years old, Tim had moved down to North Carolina to get a job. He got fired from that job. So he and his girlfriend decided they were going to move back to West Virginia for a little while, whatever. Well, Tim didn't have a place to stay. His mom didn't want him. Her mom didn't want Tim living with them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So he says, hey, can I sleep on your couch for a week until I figure out the job situation and figure out what's going on? Yeah, no problem, Tim. Whatever, man. Well, okay, so he shows up with girlfriend who we never met, and their dog. All right.
Right.
Okay. So he basically he moves in for the week, and every day I'm going to go get a job. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to get up and like, well, have you looked at the help wanted or anything like that? No, not yet, man. I'm just trying to get my settled down a little bit. Week goes by, 2 weeks go by. He's eating all the food. They basically haven't left the couch, so you can't really come in and just like sit
just
down
enjoy
in
your home,
living
right?
room. Like
That is the worst.
They're just there all the time. The TV's always on. No one has moved. It doesn't matter if it's 9 a.m. or 9 p.m.
Sure.
They're in the same location. They have somehow magically come up with enough money to get a pizza and other things for themselves. But if there's food there that you have, they will eat that too. It's just I'm like, Tim, man, you got to throw in a couple bucks. He would buy dog food all the time for the dog, obviously. The dog had to take some kind of medication.
Of course it did.
So he had to buy wet food, so he would buy cans of Alpo, because that was the cheapest kind of food he could buy, blah, blah, blah. Would never put in money for anything. We'd all order pizza. He wouldn't chip in $1, but he would sit there, and he and his girlfriend would eat, half of a frickin' pizza. It was this situation. A month goes by. We are about ready to kick his ass out. So I decided one night, I'm going to open up one of these cans of Alpo, and I'm going to make Alpo chili, because I know for a fact if I put anything in the refrigerator. So I start cooking the Alpo chili. Honest to God, it smelled like really good chili. Like the Alpo did not affect the way that the chili and the aroma went through the home. It smelled like that.
Did you try any?
I did take a bite of it.
You did? Yeah. What did you think?
I thought it was fine. I mean, you honestly...
If it smells like chili and I'm cooking it, it would be hard to fight the urge not to take a little taste.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would have too, man.
So I put it on the stove. It's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I go back there, I make the entire pot of chili. I've got beans in it, because we did have beans at the chili pat. You know what I mean? Some tomato paste, bang, I got chili, right? Not a half an hour goes by. A half an hour. I go into the kitchen, and Tim and his girlfriend in there with a spoon, and they are going to town on this pot of chili.
So good.
Yeah. And that's when I went into the garbage can and took the can of Alpo and put it right beside the chili and went, "You're eating Alpo." I'm tired of you eating my food, Tim. You got to get out of here tomorrow. And we were pretty good friends, but your ass is out of here tomorrow. So next day comes around, he's like, "Man, I can't believe you made me eat Alpo." Blah blah blah. Like, you get your ass out of here right now, man. It's been a month. You know what I mean? You got to go. So of course Tim starts crying. And his girlfriend's all upset. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, all right, one more night. He was there another week. You know what I mean?
You know what one night means. One night means 1 week.
But is that even a prank, or is that just being like, getting even? And just being like,
all right, here, look, I'm with Miles on that. We did something similar at one of the restaurants. We had a special, I don't remember what it was, but basically it was like it looked like chocolate pudding in an aluminum ramekin with a dollop of whipped cream on top. And we're running that as a special, so a limited amount. And we're doing it over the weekend. And we kept telling them, but we had to keep it in the walk-in. And the wait staff would go into the walk-in, and they would always come out with something they needed. But we realized these things are disappearing. So we confront the wait staff at the end of the night and say, "Guys, look, man, we know it's good, but you got to stop eating it. We have to have a certain amount." And they're like, "We're not eating it." Every person on the wait staff, "We're not eating it." So, okay, we know they're lying. So the next day, as we are preparing this, we just took demi-glace, right? So basically, we boiled down bones and marrow. And when you let it cool, it looks like pudding, because essentially that's all pudding is, right? Before you add the sugar and all that crap. So it's this brown, beautiful gelatinous thing. We put dollars of whipped cream, put them on the sheet tray, put the sheet tray on the rack, put the rack in the walk-in. That entire night, every waiter that walked out of that walk-in is gagging. Like, you're not eating a dessert, huh? I know why you're gagging. By the way, that's demi-glace with whipped cream on top. Ooh. So much like Miles, it's like, look, we didn't make you do anything. We didn't make you do anything. We did not ask you to eat that. In fact, we specifically said, don't eat this. We pointed at it. We said, don't eat it. You said you won't, and that you hadn't. You can't be mad at us about this.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, I don't know if is that a prank, or is that just teaching these people a lesson?
It's both, I think.
All right.
I think it's both. But that was our thing.
I feel like a prank generally is just kind of like, oh, we're just goofing off, having fun. Let's mess with somebody.
I just did.
Alpo.
You know what?
Alpo. I'm saying, I don't blame him. I would have been pissed at that person. I mean, look, I had one roommate with birth. He had a girl that would come over all the time. And me and Sut were just like, dude, she doesn't pay rent.
And she's here enough to be a
and
roommate.
Exactly the same thing. Like, that's my giant thing. Like, and she lays on the couch.
Right. Well,
I want to watch sports on the couch.
At the time, I had just broken my ankle about 6-7 weeks before that. So I liked sitting on the couch, getting around. Like, I didn't want to go up the stairs with crutches. You know what I mean? My room was upstairs. It was just a pain in the ass. And, I might have procured some steroids. And
so you got steroids.
So I got steroids so I can strengthen my leg faster and get back to practice. You know what I mean? But I'm just going around the gym and I'm lifting. And you don't realize just how angry Diebold makes you. So I think I scared him to death in the kitchen just by my tirade. And then he started
get out of my home.
Then he started crying. I'm like, It's ruined my prank. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't want you to cry. You know what I mean?
Like, piss you off more.
Oh, my God. I mean, I was fuming. And then all of a sudden I realized, like, the idea was, ha, you just ate Alpo. Now he's crying. His girlfriend's
and
crying.
you're the a-hole.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, golly. All right, you can stay another night.
I also like the idea of
the
you
dog.
screaming.
I hated that dog.
I like the idea of you being all like roided out, screaming at him as it's happening, just doing like a curl with like a 40-pound dumbbell in the other hand. Like, stop crying.
Yeah, no, I'd never been more jacked in my life than that crap, man. I mean, I'm talking about not as being big, but just being adrenaline. Like, oh my God, I'm going to kill everybody. Who got punked by a really good prank? 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Josh. Welcome to the men's room.
Positive.
Hola.
Man, I get eye rolls from my girlfriend every Friday because I keep saying that.
Well, good.
You guys have an earwig in my ear.
It's positive.
It is a positive thing. Tell them to lighten up. It's Positive Friday.
Negative Nancy.
So my kid's sister is 9 years younger than I am. And when she was in high school, she got me a couple of times, pranked me a couple of good ones. So,
like what? What kinds of things? What kinds of things did she prank you with?
Let's see. So the two good ones was she swapped my salt and my sugar.
Aha.
And I noticed the one because I poured a cup of coffee, didn't even take a sip until I got to work, and then I took a sip, and it was just pure salt. And it's a couple weeks go by, and I'm telling my friends about it, and she goes, oh, yeah, and then I also did your sugar. And I said, wait, what? And I didn't realize that I'd actually been putting sugar on all of my food for like 3 weeks. I didn't even notice it.
You didn't even notice?
No, I mean, I must not put a lot of salt on my food, I guess. Yeah, I didn't notice it at all.
Yeah, that's a good one. There was a restaurant called Eaton Park in our area, which is the equivalent of a Denny's or whatever. It's a Pittsburgh chain. But if you went in there every night from midnight until 2 till 3 o'clock, it was just full of college kids. But you had to check these salt and pepper shakers before you used them to make sure that they were screwed.
I did it every time until the waitress at Pizza Hut called me out in front of my parents. That put the kibosh on that. Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, hey, good to see you again. Don't unscrew the tops and everything again.
Do not salt these fries before you check the top. Yeah. I mean, it was a lesson that was learned because everybody did it. It wasn't just us. It was always set up.
So how'd you get her back?
She was in Hawaii on vacation with her father, who is my ex-stepdad.
All right.
And he wanted me to keep an eye on their house. So it was just the two of them, for feeding the cat or whatever, burglars, that kind of thing. And while they were gone, I filled her entire bedroom wall to wall, floor to ceiling with balloons. It was about 3,000 balloons, cost me about $400. And thrill, if you were to say, hey, Josh, I bet you $100 you couldn't get 10 more balloons in that room, I would lose. There's no way I could get 10 more balloons. It was that packed.
Was this a solo activity, or did you have friends help you out?
But it was a lot by myself, but I also had help. I had my buddy, I had a couple of buddies actually give me a hand. We'd go over there and just slam some beers and fill up a couple hundred and, call it a night. They were gone for maybe a week. I had her best friend also help me. We'd just go over there. I think maybe the first few hundred I did with my lungs, and then I realized that's not. So then I brought an air compressor over there. I also bought a couple of helium tanks, so I was actually filling them from the top down and then also the bottom up.
I like that, man. Mm-hmm. That would not be the worst thing to walk home to, I don't think.
Just walk in with a needle and start going to town. Who got punked by a really good prank? 206-421-ROCK.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Kickstart summer with Memorial Day values at Lowe's. Choose 4 or more eligible Samsung appliances to complete your dream kitchen and laundry room. Plus, get 10% back via MasterCard gift card rebate. Also, save now on the latest Samsung appliances, like the bespoke refrigerator with panels in a variety of colors to mix and match. It's an easy way to create your own unique look. Memorial Day values start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today. Offer ends June 13th. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.